We ain't found Sith.
Warning, the following podcast contains speculation, which may be confused with spoilers, although it may also contain spoilers. You have been warned.
Hi, everybody. Hey, welcome to another issue of We Ain't Found Sith. My name's Evan. I am your host. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Pedro.
That's me.
And joining us once again, Raul. Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Good to have you on again.
Appreciate having me.
Gus may or may not be joining us later. I don't know. Poor Gus. He works a busy day. I'm sure he's tired. So it's been a couple of weeks. We had some New Year's. We had a couple of movies drop. So we're just gonna kind of play a little catch up on the things that have happened since we last recorded. And and we have a new president.
Big news.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
We lost the greatest president of all time. Shame on America. He was the greatest.
The only thing I'll miss is the memes. I'll tell you that.
The memes were good.
Best memes. I mean,
But the only thing the presidency was good for.
And
look,
the policy.
I mean, what else? What's going to happen? I don't know. I'll be honest. I have hope for the next 4 years, but I mean, I think if anything has become clear, is that in 2 years we need to make a drastic change with our Congress. We need to get in there, and if you live in a district with a congressperson that really fucked up, like, you got to do something about it. I may or may not run for my district. I don't know. I've been thinking about it for the last 6 years. If there was a time to pull the trigger, and I mean, look, if they want an over-the-top personality, if history has shown us anything, is that an over-the-top personality can get the job done. I can totally go reach into my bag of tricks, pull out the backyard wrestling character from my late teens, and I can go toe to toe with whoever the congressman is in my district.
What was that movie with Terry Crews? He was president.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. Yeah, that's pretty much the premise right there.
Yeah. Oh, here you go, Pedro. Zach's gonna send a camera your way.
Thanks, Zach. We need all the help we could get over here on We Ain't Found Sith.
Yeah.
We got these qualities. It's nice.
But he says he's gonna put up a poll to vote us all. How many times have I told you, Zach? This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship, and I am the dictator. Well, I mean, it's a tribunal. Pedro and Gus have a say in it too. But there's no. You can put up all the polls you want. You can take all the votes you want. If one of us doesn't pull the trigger, it's not happening.
Trump 2021. Let's go.
Mario, my friend, it's good to see you too.
Trump 2021.
Yeah, he's coming back anytime soon, guys. You never know.
He is moving to our state.
Oh no.
He's moving up to I think to Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, that's not our state. Our state is Dade.
That's true.
Everything else doesn't matter.
The state of Miami is a separate state.
It's a completely different animal.
So sometimes it feels like it's a different country.
It is. That's why it doesn't even matter if he goes there.
Zach says Jar Jar 2024. It's Jar Jar's not looking as bad as he used to, 20 years ago. Mario says he changed his name to Joe Biden, so he technically won.
A lot of the candidates from before, or historically, not only candidates but people that have held office that once were deemed a little too far to one side or the other are more centrist. So if you think about like George W. Bush or Bush Sr., they seem tame compared to what we've had in the last 4 years.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, and the real thing is, like, if you really wanted to trace this, you can go all the way back to like 2010 and like the Tea Party movement. Like that's
I like
where this
tea.
all starts. Like that's where like the Republican Party starts really going off the rails to the right, and then freaking woke culture comes around in like 2013 and goes like off the rails like the opposite way. It's, I mean, it's really is.
Green tea with honey is my favorite.
Oh, there you go. Zach Biden's the last of the true Republicans. You know what? 1980s Republicans probably would not disagree with that statement.
So yeah, so what do we got on the show today, Eben?
Well, so since the last time we recorded, there were two big movie drops.
Yeah,
that occurred.
mm-hmm.
They both occurred on the same day. But let's start with Wonder Woman 84. Have both of you seen that?
No.
I feel like the answer from Pedro is just going to be no. If it wasn't
No.
in the 80s, no.
I don't like things from the 80s. I like a couple. I like things from... I think I like good shit. Good
Wait,
shit.
You don't like things that are set in the 80s, or you don't like things from the 80s?
Most of the stuff from the 80s, I'm not really a big fan. I like more before and after.
Back to the Future? Not a fan?
Yeah, like I said, a couple. Like, I like Back to the Future. I like fucking Ghostbusters. I like... Blues Brothers, my favorite movie. That's a 70s movie.
Yeah, but the 80s was just so full of good shit, man.
I mean, yeah.
Especially like the mid 80s.
Yeah, but if I take
85?
everything I like my genre of music is not 80s. I don't like 80s music.
Prince is not 80s?
Prince is 80s, but that's only one. That's only one. Actually, no, the best Rush albums were in the 80s too. Okay, I'll give that one to you.
There you go.
You're right. You're right, Zach. Purple Rain ain't even my favorite album either. Blasphemous. Anyway.
Takes 40 hours to review that 20-hour piece of... What's the 20-hour piece of trash? Is that Wonder Woman?
I think Wonder Woman. Everyone says it's really long.
It feels long. I'll grant them that. It feels long. I'm not going to get too deep of a dive into it just because I'm not going to get, like, super into it. But, Zach says metal. That's true, metal. Oh, well, I mean, you can technically... Can't you trace the roots of metal back to, like, Black Sabbath in the 70s?
Yeah, but that's not my favorite metal. I'm talking about my favorite stuff isn't from the 80s. My favorite metal is 90s metal. That's the dark shit, the heavy-ass shit.
Thrash metal, speed metal.
I don't really like thrash. I like death and heavy black metal. That's the kind of shit. Thrash is cool, though.
I like thrash metal.
Yeah. We'll have Zach on one day and we'll just talk music.
Mario points out our backdrop is 80s.
Yeah, I have no control over that, but that does look sick as hell. I'm not gonna lie. That backdrop.
Oh, we're getting some names. We're getting some...
King Diamond. That's what I'm talking about. Maiden. That's. I mean, technically, I guess, but they started a little early.
Well, none of that music is in this movie.
Yeah.
If it had been, it might have been better.
I heard. I didn't see anything about this movie, but I was told that it was set in the 80s, but only by like someone telling you because it doesn't look like it's from the 80s.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It really. I mean, it's got like.
Look, except for the one scene where. Well, I was saying, except for like the one scene where like Steve Trevor is consistently changing his outfit.
Right.
Like if it wouldn't have been for that one scene, like in fact, I feel like they made the movie set in the 80s for that scene.
Yeah.
Impeach Pedro's opinion on the 80s. I didn't say it's bad. It just said it's not my favorite. Jesus.
But yeah, the movie's an average movie. I can tell you flat out, you don't need to spend money on an HBO Max subscription in order to watch this movie. Eventually, when it pops up on TBS or USA Network or whatever channel they have partnered with with them, like watch it there. You won't be missing much. It's a bit drawn out. The characters are not really well. We're not really
Holy shit.
well.
Wonder Woman 84 was trying so hard to be Captain Marvel. That is bad. Because Captain Marvel was pretty bad.
And that's not a movie to aspire to be. Like that movie.
Yeah.
That movie was a serviceable movie, and it's elevated by the fact that it's part of the MCU. But other than that, like it wasn't a great period piece either.
No.
But Wonder Woman 84, like there was no need for that movie to be set in the 80s.
Aim a little higher, guys. Just a little bit.
I don't think it was trying to be Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was okay.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was okay.
It wasn't made. Well,
He said it was okay. He didn't say it was a
yeah,
good movie.
it wasn't like the best movie on the planet, but it was okay. And
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman 84 it's a serviceable movie. You know,
I don't know about that one, but I know Cap Marvel was not.
It missed the mark on a couple of things, but it did do a few things right. So Cheetah, I thought, was pretty well done. It wasn't like over the top, like Cats.
Mario says it was terrible. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah. You know what I think the problem is? I think they keep on doing these fucking things with these movies, and it makes no fucking sense introducing two villains in the same movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Cheetah and then the
Maxwell
Mandalorian.
Lord. And Maxwell Lord, not a great comic book villain on his own. Cheetah, a classic from the Wonder Woman Rogues Gallery. But rather than give us like a straight up like Wonder Woman versus Cheetah and like that storyline, they also give us the Maxwell Lord storyline. They devote a lot of time to the Maxwell Lord story time. And in fact, I would almost say Maxwell Lord gets the most story development out of all of the characters in the movie. And really, I mean, it just I'm a big believer. You can add a second villain when you've already established the first villain. So you don't need to go and like give us a story on the first villain because we already know it. But giving us two brand new villains that we've never met before, and then you got to devote story time to both of them. And then also at top of that, you got to tell us with the story of what's going on with Wonder Woman and her stuff.
Yeah, because there's what, like a 60-year gap or 40-year gap?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like a 60-year gap. World War I ends in like 1919. So it's like a 60-year gap.
I forgot it was World War I, not II.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not to mention, like, there's a few things that are like a little like weird, like at the end when she bumps into the guy that Steve was like in his body, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, while you were out of your body somewhere in like I'm assuming purgatory or hell or something, I totally boned your body. Just
I don't think that just falls under DC, Zach. I think that's just Hollywood. Hollywood's just reading Reddit and just making movies out of it. Bullshit.
I mean, even, but at least Reddit might get a little more in detail. I feel like it might be more like reading Wikipedia.
So I heard word on the street is, because I didn't see this movie, is that Wonder Woman does not fight at all in this movie. She's just like, hey guys, let's be nice to each other.
Well, a lot of it is like the power of love, guys.
Yeah, let's be nice to each other, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
There are a couple of little scrapes with Cheetah.
Yeah, but isn't that the end?
Yeah, towards the end, and then it just becomes this thing where like they keep on fucking moving the camera. The camera's bouncing around while they're freaking swinging from side to side and shit like that, and it's like I can't there's no choreographed fighting on this. It's just like two CG characters that are like going at it and
Dragon Ball style.
Weird, yeah, like doing weird shit. But at least Dragon Ball, like they would like stop to punch midair and all of that, and then like keep on moving. Like this thing just feels like I'm gonna swing from here and I'm gonna grab onto your legs and swing with you. Like yeah. It's I had high hopes for Patty Jenkins. The original movie, the first movie, the first 2/3 of that movie before like Warner Brothers stuck their hands in there and was like, okay, we need to do this in the third act, was really great.
It really was.
And this one was just a disappointment.
I think DC suffers with a little thing like the Star Wars movies suffer with George Lucas. I think they need Zack Snyder in all of their movies, but limited. Just okay, that's a great idea, Zach, but we're gonna do half of that. You know what I mean? I think that's what they need because he wasn't in this movie at all. He wasn't like associated at all with this movie, right?
Who, Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not associated at all with this movie.
And the last one was good up until the third act, but that's because he went full Snyder on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on this one, I haven't seen it, but you guys are saying that it was
mediocre.
It was not that good.
And I'm pretty sure the fact that like Raul and I think it's a mediocre movie means
it's really bad. Yeah, that means it's horrible.
It missed the mark. I think they really squandered some potential with, like Evan said, too many too many villains. They should have just kept Cheetah. They could have elaborated more on what happened between the last movie and this one chronologically. I don't know.
Let's just do it this way. Cheetah finds the magical wishing rock the same way that she does, right? Like it gets brought in because of the FBI case and all that. Get rid of Maxwell Lord. You know, she does some like investigating into it and all of that. She makes the wish just like she does, you know, but instead of being like Diana's losing her powers because she wished for Steve to come back and that's why she's losing her powers, it's just that her powers are going to Cheetah. You know? And so as like Cheetah becomes more powerful, she becomes more human, but then she has to like, you know, defeat her anyway, and like that would have been a better movie. Instead, we get this whole convoluted thing with people making wishes, and every time somebody makes a wish, and they have to pay a price for that wish, and it's like, oh man, like you're creating this like weird MacGuffin that is so just not.
She made a wish to be human. What?
Before she knows what it is, like she winds up like making a wish that like she wishes like Steve was back. And by the way, the man's been dead for 60 years. She's never moved on. Like I kind of
true love, Eben.
Hold on, Eben, because she's been alive for what, thousands of years at this point, right?
Yeah, but she's been alive for thousands of years, living on an island, with just like her mom and her friends that she's known all her life.
Right, but what I'm trying to get at is maybe she sees the passage of time a little differently than we do because of the length of time she's been alive.
Look, the only thing that would make sense to me is like if she's decided to close herself off completely, because like even though Steve died, like she stayed friends maybe with like the rest of the crew from that movie, and like
they alluded to that in the picture,
and like she's watched them grow old and die. So maybe like, you know, but they don't explain that. They don't give you that. They just kind of show you the pictures of her with that crew, and we see some of them as old people, and then all of a sudden it's the 80s, and she's still thinking about Steve because Steve is still the only person she's ever loved. And it's like how many people like have been like married to someone, lost them due to like a disease or an illness or something, and have moved on with their lives and found someone new, and like it's kind of insulting to think that like for 60 years like you couldn't move on with your life.
It's true love, Eben.
Yeah.
Eben doesn't believe in true love, bro.
I would have found it more believable if like she had like fallen in love with some guy that looked exactly like Steve but wasn't Steve.
They went to World War I together, Eben. That shit changes someone, man.
Yeah.
It's just not easy.
Anyways, it's a serviceable movie. Again, I don't, unless you've got a free trial or something, I don't recommend getting HBO Max in order to watch it.
So that's a
Um,
weighted grade. So the actual grade means it's horrible. Pass on it as fast as possible. Don't even look its direction.
I'd watch it just to support Kristen Wiig and Gal Gadot because they're fantastic.
Oh my God,
They're really-
he said he'll watch it just to support. That means it's bad, folks.
except
That
that,
means it's bad.
I'm not paying anything additional to see it, so it's not like they're getting any box office money from me. You know. So. The other movie that came out on the same day was Pixar's Soul.
Oh yeah, another Pixar film. Great.
Pedro's
And
favorite. Pedro has a lot of favorites we're covering today.
yeah. Pedro tends to hate anything that's like universally loved.
Because everyone has really bad taste these days. Everyone likes everything. No one has
No.
personality.
Everyone has really bad taste
Yeah.
compared to Pedro.
Except for Pedro.
No.
Yeah.
I like some stupid shit too. But when every single thing is okay, it's passable. That means you have no taste in it. Everything's okay. It's fine. I put my foot on the sand. This is bad. This is good. You know what I'm saying? It's
Alright.
different.
So, did either of you see Soul?
No.
No. So none of you saw Soul. Definitely worth checking out. For those of you that have Disney Plus, I would recommend it. It's a good watch. I don't think it's Pixar's best, but it's not their worst. And it's a fun movie. Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey. You know, it's a fun cast. I enjoyed it. It was certainly a good it was not a bad way to spend 2 hours.
2 hours.
I think it's 2 hours. I don't know.
That's
That's
a long
like the average
movie.
runtime on a movie.
What? 2
I
hours?
could play so many rounds of Overwatch in 2 hours.
There's
crazy.
So many. You know how many minutes are in 2 hours?
Hour and 47
Like
minutes.
1,000.
I'm sorry. It's not a full 2 hours.
Okay.
It's an hour and 47 minutes.
Jeez.
Man,
You
dodge the
scared
bullet.
me there. You scared me there. The whole 2 hours for a
Ooh.
Pixar film? I don't have enough heart for that, bro.
It's 107 minutes. How's that?
Too much
You
too
better
much
hide it
heartache.
because that's a lot of tears. You know how much I cried the last Pixar movie?
That is legit the reason why I don't like
Which
Pixar
one
movies.
was the last Pixar movie?
I don't know. I'm talking crap right now, but
Probably Up. I saw Up
Oh,
with
oh.
you, and you bawled in like the first
Ooh.
15 minutes.
It's the weirdest thing ever since like Disney started doing like the 3D animation. Also, like in my brain, I forget which ones are the Pixar and which ones are the Disney movies.
Oh, I could name all of them. They stand out. They're all fucking tearjerkers. None of them are fun.
Yeah.
They all just hurt.
Soul, I didn't think was much of a tearjerker.
Wally was.
Wally was a tearjerker, bro. That one was hard. I like that one. But that one's hard, bro.
It was a tearjerker.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
mostly fun.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I stopped getting into Pixar because, mind you, I went to school for animation. This is the shit I fucking lived for. And I stopped watching Pixar because of Toy Story 3. Is the one where they're fucking about to get destroyed in the furnace.
In the lava pit? Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
I was like, no, this is not what this is not what I signed up for. No, fuck you, Pixar. I came over here for a good time. You're gonna show me all these plastic toys about to get annihilated by fire? No,
That
thanks.
wasn't the moment that broke me.
That's what broke me. I was just like, dude, I can't do this anymore.
If that-
I
dude,
knew they were gonna get out of there. Like,
No,
I knew
me
that
too.
wasn't gonna be the end.
No. Not broke me as in I started crying. I started crying at the very end when he gave the toys to the next kid.
When he plays with them one final time.
Yeah. That's what hurt.
That's when when the waterworks turned on.
When I fucking was like, peace out, Pixar, I can't deal with your movies anymore, was that furnace thing. I was just like, why is this necessary? This is just to fucking make you feel. This is a kid's movie, man. You
Over
don't do
the
this
top.
to kids.
Over
This
the
is too
top.
much.
And
Was
we
it a
mentioned
kids'
over the top
movie?
earlier.
These are kids' movies.
We got over the
They're
top
for
of
kids.
movies.
Oh, you know what? I think Toy Story 4 was the last Pixar movie.
Oh yeah, it was. I did not watch it.
I saw it. It was all right. They should have ended it with 3.
Yeah.
Just
Should
with
have
the
ended
lava
it.
scene.
They should have ended it with 1 because 2 was good, but they should have fucking ended it with 1.
Pixar wants to be deceased so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, man, fuck that.
But I enjoyed Soul.
I'll tell you one thing, Moana. Yeah, Moana's better than all those fucking Pixar movies. That movie's fucking good as hell.
Now Moana, I know is a Disney movie.
Yeah,
You know what? I think that's the difference. If it's a musical, it's Disney.
If it's fun and lighthearted, it's Disney. If it's trying to fucking destroy your heart, yeah, that's a Pixar movie.
Although I think Onward was Disney, and
Yeah.
Onward had some emotional moments.
But was it fun? The point is, if it's fun.
I'd had some fun to it. Yeah.
I never saw that movie, so I don't know. Because even Moana has fucking heartfelt moments, but it's a fun journey all the way through. It's a good time.
Onward was dope. I liked Onward.
Is that the one with the two blue guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're I think they're elves.
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Who
That's
made
true.
the one with
Coco is a
was
fucking
tearjerker.
Pixar.
Coco?
Is it Coco Pixar?
Oh,
No, I think
God.
Coco was Disney.
No, I think Coco's Pixar, isn't it? Hold on.
I was in Coco when we were in Colorado, right, Raul?
Oh boy.
And I'll just leave it as we were in Colorado, and I won't say anything further on the matter as to not I don't know who's listening to the podcast in the future. But yeah, I'll just say I was highly focused on it.
Very highly.
Yeah. But yeah, Soul not as much of a tearjerker as other movies in the past. Still, it's a good movie. I know the internet went crazy with all the about this Pixar theory, right? About how the Pixar movies are all tied together in a single universe.
Coco is a Pixar movie, bro. That's why it fucking pulls on your heartstring because it's Pixar, bro. That shit fucks you up.
I
That
stopped
shit fucks you
watching
up.
it I think
That's a good
halfway, I'm
movie.
like,
That's a
nope.
good one. That's a good one too. I did see that one.
Which one?
Yeah.
Coco's a good one.
Oh, I couldn't make it past halfway. I was like, nope. I see.
Oh,
what's
Onward
coming.
was a
Not gonna
Pixar
do it.
movie also.
What?
Onward is also a Pixar movie.
My theory stands correct, bro. Anything that makes you hurt in the heart, like, oh my god, this is too painful. What's up with this? That's a
What
Pixar
was the
movie.
one with the feelings?
Joy or something like that. Joy's the
Inside
main
Out.
character. Inside Out. That was another Pixar movie.
As a Pixar, I haven't seen that one, but I heard it's interesting.
Yeah, fuck all that.
And universally loved by psychologists all over as an appropriate way of explaining why we need to feel sadness from time to time.
Sure, I have it on DVD. That was the last DVD I ever bought, and I won't watch it. I'm like,
But
fuck
that's
this.
the moral of the movie, the moral that the main characters learn at the end of it is like you need sadness from time to time in order to appreciate the moments of joy and stuff like that.
That's the when you go into Pixar Studios, that's the first thing you see. Make them cry so they enjoy the good stuff. That's what they see. That's their motto. That's what they do.
There you go.
What are those guys with the people that whip themselves?
Yeah.
Oh, like the flagellation
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like a prereq to get a job there.
Yeah. Oh, happiness? Let me see, and then they hand you the fucking whip.
There you go.
Prove it to us.
Oh my god.
So before we move on to our main event of the evening, is there anything else that came out? Anything else you guys watched?
Guys,
End of last.
Cobra Kai. Come on.
Oh yes,
Big.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Mario says security kicks you in the nuts before you walk into the studio.
Yep. And then they let you know
right.
from this moment forward, your experience is going to be grand. That's what they do. That's from that fucking.
It can only go up from here.
It can only go up from here.
And then they remind you of Up, and you go, "Oh,
no." Up didn't even fuck me up that much.
Really? Talk about a movie starting with a kick to the nuts.
No, that one. Yeah, it starts off sad, but I wasn't that invested in the two characters, even though they show a lot in the beginning. And then the rest of I just fucking felt like it was a waste of time because the rest of the movie was just absolutely boring. Like I can't even remember anything from it. I know there's a talking dog, and that's it. And he says
towards the end.
No, the entire time.
No, the talking dog gets introduced
Well, that's how much I remember. So
exactly, it's just
everyone just remembers the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, the first 10 minits they blew their load right in the beginning. They had nothing else for the movie. It was just that
Academy Award for Best Short Film goes to the first 10 minutes of Up.
Yep, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so Cobra Kai season 3 dropped on New Year's Day. I know I watched it. Raul, I assume that you watched it judging by how excited you were. But Pedro, I'm guessing you didn't see it.
I don't watch TV, bro.
It's not TV. It's Netflix.
Same thing. I don't watch it.
Did you watch the first 2 series on YouTube?
I did.
Yeah, we are.
Mario, yes, that will be our main event topic for tonight. I enjoyed seeing how the story kind of progressed. I like this whole idea of like now mortal enemies have to team up in order to take on an even worse enemy. So I'm kind of looking forward now to season 4. Hopefully we don't have to wait a year to get it.
I feel like we didn't wait a year for this last one.
I think we waited a while for season 3, but I don't know. I'd have to go in and look up when season 2 ended.
Yeah.
But I highly enjoyed it. Couple things here or there that I wasn't really, like digging too much. I other than like maybe closure, I'm not exactly sure why they brought back Elizabeth Shue's character.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, so hold on. I thought initially, because they mentioned she was a doctor and all that, she would be the one doing the surgery on the kid.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
And they almost made you think it was because when they first showed the doctor from behind, she was like a blonde, similar stature. So they almost like misdirected you to think it was her.
Yeah. But they don't do that. They just kind of bring her back, and it kind of just one episode. We get a little bit of like closure to that story arc, and then we move on. One of my favorite characters, one of the characters I like the most, the girl with the glasses, was gone this season.
Oh yeah, she wasn't there.
I think they say something about like her parents putting her in a private school or something like that.
I missed that.
We get the whole like I do like how they kind of point to like the whole anti-bullying thing and like how like people who are bullies can take advantage of it. I like I didn't really buy the turn of Hawk's character like in that episode. Like
it was
like you've been a dick
sudden.
the entire season.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden like
it was
like wait, what
sudden.
I'm doing is wrong.
Right. I mean,
like,
we all have a breaking point, but that was, I don't know. That just seemed a little. I mean, the whole show is a guilty pleasure. It's not like I wouldn't say it's a good show, but it's an enjoyable show.
Yeah. But I feel like this season they went from being like an all-around family show to more of a teen drama show.
Nice.
Because now we've got to really focus in on like the young characters and the love triangle and
yeah.
And it's like, man, like
get Dawson on the phone.
There you go. That's looking forward to that reboot in the next decade.
Yeah, it's
Dawson's
happening.
Creek revisited.
Yeah,
and like and everybody's an adult. And they have kids.
And Buffy,
like Dawson's Pond because of global warming or
something.
All right. So Cobra Kai definitely that's definitely a recommend, especially if you've seen seasons 1 and 2. And all right, let's get to the main event of the evening. WandaVision. Raul, you and I partook in a Disney group watch. We gave that a test run. That was an interesting thing. If you're for those who are unfamiliar, Disney has an option when you go to click to watch, instead of clicking on the play button, the little icon that has like multiple heads on it, and that lets you you can send a link to your buddies. You can all watch the same stream together. And then you can, hop onto whatever chatting software you have.
But you all need to have your own accounts, correct?
You all need to have your own accounts, although one of our friends, him and his fiance, were both in using the same account.
Well, I think they were in the same room too.
They're in the same house, but they were on different devices.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were watching on different devices because they logged.
Oh no! That makes sense. Yeah, but they're still using the same login. You can't just send it to fucking Juan Pablo who has no fucking plus. And
Right? No, you have to have a Disney account, a Disney Plus account.
Okay.
It is limited to only 6 accounts. So I guess if you do more than 6 accounts,
fucking your 7th friend is gonna have to fucking miss out on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
but that was interesting because we got to talk about it.
You watch so much TV.
It's all good, bro. I'm not hurt.
But it was interesting because we got to talk about it like as a group.
Yeah.
It was like oh my god, wait! I've watched the show and now I get to discuss it with my friends. This is like so retro.
Yeah.
As retro as this background.
Yeah.
As 80s as this background.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, even farther. So we got to talk about when it's set, right? So it seems like.
Well, we don't know when it's set.
Well,
we know that whatever's
period,
going on.
Right. That's what I mean.
All right.
So that's the 50s, right? We start in the 50s.
Yeah. So we start. I think episode 1 is in the 50s. It's a technically we're in a 50s sitcom. And then episode 2, I believe, is a 60s sitcom.
Yeah. So we start with a Dick Van Dyke type of.
Yeah, it starts off like it's a very big homage to like Dick Van Dyke, Ozzie and Harriet. Well, by the time we get to like the next episode, we've progressed a little further along to like Bewitched.
I Love Lucy, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Feel.
I'm guessing the 70s, which looks like it's going to be episode 3. Is gonna be like maybe a bit maybe it's gonna be like Partridge Family-esque or something like that, like something along those lines.
I'm thinking Brady Bunch. I'm trying
to remember when in this was Brady Bunch 70s.
I want to say
I think so, right? Because I don't know. I remember all these shows from the 80s when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're all 90s shows. It was on Nick at Night.
So we do know when the actual events are happening, and it's 2023, or it's right after the snap. That big gap that they had.
It's present day.
Well, present day for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Mario says the calendar says 2021. Did the calendar say 2021? I think didn't it just say like the month and the date? I don't remember seeing a year on the calendar.
I think it said August 23.
Yeah.
And I think that's a reference to the year 23, which would have been, 5 years after the snap.
Or it might have been the day that like the day of the snap, or it might have been. I know that it's referencing something. I don't remember exactly what it's referencing. There's a bunch of like theories out there. Obviously, until we finish the season, we're not going to know everything. And I feel like even when we finish the season, we still won't know everything.
For sure. You think it's going to be a multiple season situation?
No, they said it's not. They did because they don't say it's season 1. They say it's a mini series.
There you go.
Yeah, the plan is to.
So then the whole story is going to be told in this one thing, right?
Right.
But then we know that she plays a part in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that's Disney Marvel doing Disney Marvel shit. That's so sick.
It's directly gonna lead into that.
Yeah,
and I think it's gonna affect Spider-Man somehow too.
Nice.
There's theories about Spider-Man too. Spider-Man also, too. Not Spider-Man 2.
As well.
One of the best comic book movies of all time, but as well, yes. But Spider-Verse is a big theory on that because Doctor Strange, I think, is supposed to show up in Spider-Man 3.
Well, I mean, we're going to probably get all kinds of crossover going forward and stuff like that. And the multiverse thing is a very good explanation as to like how J. Jonah Jameson has shown up in the DC universe, how they want to bring in like Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, all the talks that they've been doing about bringing in Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire and all of that. Like these are all things that
bring in the original Fantastic Four that was released on the VHS in the 90s. This shit's done. It's over. I fucking hate all this shit.
So how
I was
did
going to say
she
Chris
really-
Evans comes back, but not as Captain America.
And that's
he goes
how
back as
I
Johnny
was going
Storm.
to say that. Yeah. He shows up. They're like, "Oh, Cap, you're alive." Nope, I'm firing.
So let me ask: do you guys have any nostalgia for those sitcoms?
I grew up on those sitcoms.
So you watching that the WandaVision? Did you feel nostalgia for that stuff?
No, because the story has nothing to do with that.
Well, I don't even know what the story has to do, bro. I fucking hated this shit. I thought it was so fucking like the coolest thing. This goes back to my theory. I've told you this a million times. Disney, Marvel, they make mediocre films, mediocre projects with their IPs, and at the very end, they fucking hook you up. They hook you and they pull you in. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, the next one's gonna be dope. The next one's, and then they just keep doing the same shit over. So the first episode, boring all the way through up until the very end, where you see her on the fucking screen, and someone's like, Wanda, well, who's doing this to you? And I'm like, oh, something fucking cool. And then it ends. Then the next episode start, and talent show, I don't give a fuck. And then boring, last 10 minutes of the thing, cool. Same shit.
I think there's a reason for that, and I mean it's becoming pretty apparent that whoever's asking, "Oh, Wanda, who's doing that to you?" they think something. They're outside this Wanda bubble. Wanda's actually controlling all of this, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Hold on, I got a question for you before you get to your point. What is Wanda's power? This is one thing that I think that the movies do a fucking huge injustice. I don't think they showcase what Wanda's power is.
They don't develop all her power. You're absolutely right. They don't.
Comic fans know what it is, but the movie viewer sees this. Oh, she does this, and stuff happens.
Well, the movies make it look like she's telekinetic.
Right, it makes her look telekinetic. So what's her power from what you've gathered from the movies?
From the cinematic
from the
universe or
movies?
from what I know?
Yeah, no, not you, Raul, because you and I know. What's her power? Like, what do you think her powers are?
She can manipulate reality.
That's exactly it. But I don't fucking see that at all in the show.
So based on the movie, or movies, she only has telekinesis and then the ability to kind of screw with people's minds because when they first introduced her, she was screwing with the Avengers' minds. If you remember Age of Ultron, But in reality, she can warp and House of M is a big example.
Oh, so you read comics? Oh, never mind.
I read comics.
That doesn't fucking help my theory. I don't think anybody who's just like solely on the movies alone understand what she's about. The coolest part of this show, which I thought the 2 episodes were shit, was when they're having dinner with the fucking with the president of the company or the boss, and then he starts to choke, and then she doesn't know what's happening, which obviously this is obviously all figment of her imagination, and she doesn't know how to react to it, so like it just keeps going on a loop, like deja vu from the Matrix. And I was like, yo, this is so cool. And then it stops and it goes back to the bullshit.
I have a different theory on that. And I talked to Evan about
it. Regardless what you think about it, wasn't that cool as shit?
It was cool as shit. But
I don't give a fuck what the reasoning is. I just want
give your theory, Raul, and then I'll jump in on that.
So the theory for me is she is controlling all of this because she has had issues coping with
the guy's
death, right?
Yeah.
At the table, the guy is somewhat under her control. Everyone is somewhat under her control, and then
it's all fake. It's all in her head.
It's all right. Well, I don't think it's in her head. I think she's controlling these people or their reality, and he keeps asking, "Why are you here? What?" Like really pressing her. And when you can tell her in her face, she looks. If you look at the scene, she looks back at him, and then when he just keeps pressing her, he starts choking.
Yeah.
Right. And I think she actually caused that. I think she caused the choking. And then the wife keeps saying, stop it. It's misdirected. So the audience thinks it's to him. But I think she's actually telling Wanda because she's realizing it's Wanda doing this. And she's like, stop it to Wanda.
That's a good theory. I actually think it's all in her head, though. And I think this is a ploy from the Hydra, because the first and this was a theory I'm taking from Louis, because Louis and I spoke about this. There was a advertisement on the television, one of the ads that they were and it had the Hydra.
Okay,
symbol on
and
it.
I'm gonna get into that too. Okay,
And then right after, there was another. I think it was for a toaster or something else.
Oh,
That
that was the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and that one was a Stark.
Yeah.
So I feel like they got her, and she's in a trance, like she's like in like I don't know, some kind of like hypnosis, and it's Hydra that's like making her dormant, like making her powers dormant, and it's all in her head. And Stark is trying to get him out.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. She is somewhere that they're maybe doing some sort of like therapy sessions or something with her. I think she's created this kind of like bubble that's affecting the world, or at least the people around her. I think those people are actual people. They're in the bubble with her, and therefore they are being affected by her powers. The commercials. So the first commercial is for a Stark toaster, and very ominously, the toaster starts to kind of like beeping into like a faster and faster pattern. This is a theory that I saw online, and I happen to think this theory might be correct. The commercials represent something in her life, some sort of traumatic event. If you go back to Age of Ultron, she talks about how a Stark bomb landed in front of them, but it didn't go off. True. So I think the Stark toaster beeping is the Stark bomb that didn't explode. The next episode, we get the commercial for the Strucker watch with the Hydra logo and all of that. Strucker is the man in the facility, the one who gave them their powers by exposing them to the stone.
Right.
It's true.
So I think like the commercials that we're going to get in the episodes, I think each commercial is going to be like representative of like a life trauma that altered her life.
All right, that's a good theory too. I can jump on board that, but it still stands. The show is bullshit up until this fucking cool shit happens. Everything else is boring as all hell, man.
Well, I mean, look, and hopefully we'll start getting more stuff, as the episodes progress.
Two things, Eben, I think you're right with the bomb, because if you notice, the lady in the toaster commercial, she starts freaking out at one point.
No. It was. There was one person who freaks out, and then it kind of zooms in on the toaster, and then when it stops beeping, it zooms out, and everybody is
right. And
then the toaster's done.
But to kind of disprove Pedro's theory about the hypnosis. In the second episode at the end, Wanda controls the reality right there when she sees the guy come out of the sewer, and she says no, and then everything reverses back to a point before the noise that triggered Vision to go outside. And then she, in order to make not a new timeline, because I don't think they're manipulating time, I think they're just manipulating reality, she changes it to the 70s background. Yeah. So she's in control.
Yeah, but that could still all be in her head.
Now here's the thing. In episode 1, we get...
That doesn't disprove anything. It just...
Okay. Now, the reason why I think she's in a facility and it's not Hydra, in episode 1, at the end, when the thing pulls out that we get the credits, it's somebody's watching on a computer terminal, and we get on both the notebook as well as on the computer screen is the logo for the organization's sword. On the second episode, when she finds the little helicopter and the helicopter's in color, the helicopter has a sword logo on it. And then at the end of the episode, the guy that comes out of the manhole with the bees, that guy has a sword logo on the back of his hazmat suit as well.
I didn't notice the hazmat suit.
Yeah. I couldn't tell what logo he had. I couldn't tell if it was a sword.
Yeah. That's a sword logo. That's why I don't think Hydra's involved.
I don't think so either, especially if you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show. Now, to what extent Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. remains canon, I don't know.
I don't consider it.
It's not canon.
Yeah,
it was at the beginning because they referenced...
it was in the beginning, but then they did that whole, branching timeline and things like that. And eventually, I think Disney just said, the show and the series are not really going to be Jimmy Choo. Does that name mean anything to you, Pedro? Jimmy Choo?
No,
I think he's isn't he
I
part
could
of
Google it.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it too. Isn't he involved with some of the animated stuff,
Not sure.
like the DC stuff?
No
Yeah,
idea. I Googled it. I got high heels.
okay.
Me too.
I mean, that's certainly one way to look at it. Now, the other thing is, so we've got, I think, what did she say her name? Was it Doreen that she said her name was in the FBI agent from Ant-Man?
Oh, yeah, he's in the trailers with the sword logo on his jacket, running in one of the scenes. So he must be part of Sword.
Did you guys notice? Did you guys notice that after the first 2 episodes premiered, they made a second trailer and it's super action packed, and the first one had no action at all in it?
No, I didn't.
There's
see the
there's
trailer.
2. Well, at least I saw that trailer after. Maybe it might have been a coincidence, but I feel like a lot of people had like really bad reviews on the show, and then they just released a second trailer. Like, trust me, guys, it's gonna get good. Because the second trailer looks fucking dope as fuck. But the first one looks like a whole bunch of like references to like old sitcoms that I don't give a fuck about.
I think they're just setting up whatever. I think we're gonna see a little more action in this.
Yeah, but still, it's 30 minutes, and like 25 of those minutes is just bullshit. Like, it's so boring. And then they sprinkle all these little nuggets in it. But it's,
I don't know. I was I was glued to the screen. I was
really?
like, yeah, I was like,
they
paying
did a
attention.
good job.
I didn't like it at
With
all.
the bullshit,
But it might
they did a
be
good
just
job.
because I have no nostalgia to it. That could be it. I have
I
zero
don't
nostalgia.
I don't have it either. It's just aesthetically they did a fantastic job.
I think I don't like anything
Staying
about
true
it.
to the time period.
I guess.
Now, here's the thing: they did already confirm the actress that's playing Geraldine. That's what she introduced herself as in episode 2. She's not actually. That's not actually her name. That's actually Monica Rambeau, who was the little girl from Captain Marvel. Who in the comics, Monica Rambeau becomes Captain Marvel as an adult. Mario says they show baby Wiccan and Speed and the trailer. Okay, so Wiccan and Speed from the Young Avengers comic series. Yeah, that's a weird thing because Wiccan and Speed. I know. So obviously, Wanda has the twins. Then it's revealed that like the twins were never real, and that's what breaks her mind. That's when she creates like House of M. And then
House of M,
after
by the way,
everything,
by the way, House of M. Fucking, if you don't read comics, read that. For the love of God, that shit is so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
There's a
and
theory
then
of that where it's gonna be like a reverse House of M situation where she
But
creates.
this is pulling a lot of stuff from other things. The Vision comic is also all like sprinkled all over this.
yeah.
Where is it? I have it somewhere over here. But fucking
Well, yeah, they're filling us in. They're giving a story.
yeah.
They're making sure that like this character is flushed out by the time we get to the next Doctor Strange movie, because I'm assuming she's going to play an important role in it.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna watch one more episode of this shit. If it continues to be this fucking sluggish, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Now, let's be honest. Like of a lot of the MCU characters, Wanda's gone through a lot of trauma. The loss of her family at a young age, the death of her brother, causing the deaths that led to the Sokovia Accords, and basically creating the Civil War rift because of her actions on that mission. The loss of Vision, like she's gone through a ton of shit that her mind has had to put up with. So, like, I feel like I'm kind of glad we're getting this character, because this is what this is. This is character development.
Do you think you're gonna introduce Polaris in any way?
Oh man!
I don't know.
And do you think they're gonna bring back Quicksilver?
Maybe in
Because they got X-Men They got the rights to X-Men. She
They
could
did get
literally
the rights to X-Men.
So there's a theory that this is going to be the end of WandaVision is going to be a reverse House of M where she gives everyone mutant powers. But I think because she's going to be involved with the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange, I think they will bring back Quicksilver. Maybe in the
I'm talking about specifically in this show. I'm not. I don't. I'm talking about this show. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't.
So I don't know who the actors are that are going to be in the episodes because I haven't wanted to spoil that for myself. I don't know if that actor's been busy doing other things. I don't see why I don't see why they wouldn't bring him in for something.
Kick-Ass ain't doing nothing, bro. He's good.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna bring back him in this one.
But the question is even if they bring him back for the show,
yeah,
are they going to bring his character back for the movies? And
I have a theory for the long haul. I don't know if this is what's going to happen, but I think this would be interesting. I think it would be interesting if they brought back him. Obviously, the brother that Wanda knows that died, bring him back at the very end of the season, and then if it ties into, or it is going to tie into, Multiverse of Madness, that's where you're going to see the MCU, or not the MCU, the fucking X-Men Quicksilver, and they're going to have like a thing. You know what I mean?
I don't buy into that because I don't think Disney's interested in bringing any of the people from the Fox franchise except maybe Patrick Stewart.
No, man. Hugh Jackman's a favorite.
I think they'd be looking to recast that role.
I think they're gonna bring them back.
Although they did announce Deadpool 3 has been greenlit and it will be rated R. And he will get to play with like the Disneyverse.
Oh man,
fun. So, but he's not gonna have all control like he used to. So I mean, it's worrisome. But whatever. But I do think the X-Men, the Fox franchise X-Men, they're gonna bring the characters, either to bring them in to kill them off or bring them in to keep them. But they're definitely gonna mingle with the MCU.
I can see them bringing in the actor on this show in a way of like giving her closure.
Which one? The Fox or
no the MCU version.
Okay.
The one that she knows.
Okay.
I can see them maybe bringing him in a way where like maybe she doesn't recognize him at first, and then eventually like she recognizes like, oh, that's my brother and he's dead. You know, I don't know if Vision is going to come back permanently, but I don't think so. Judging by the fact that there's a lot of talk about like Wanda is going to be in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but there's been no mention of Vision being in it. Unless they find like some way to have Shuri do it. Like if Shuri's like, well, we had him attached that we were trying to remove the Mind Stone, we were able to copy the rest of him, you know. But it's just one of those things where like, and even if they did, I think without the Mind Stone, maybe he's not he's much more robotic.
Right.
Mario's asking if we saw the Grim Reaper Easter egg. That was in the animated opening credits.
Was it? I didn't see it. That's a direct reference to the Vision comic.
It looked like Agatha Harkness had like a Grim Reaper pin on the second episode. You'll see if you.
So no, but he means specifically there's a villain called Grim Reaper who wears like a mask that has like this thing that kind of sticks out.
Yeah.
And it's in the
it's between the floors.
Yeah. It's in between the floors, like as they pan up in the cartoon shot and all that.
Wow. But it is in the Agnes pin too. It looked like.
Yeah, Mario's saying it's in the Agnes pin too.
Well, I don't know which. Does she wear different pins in different episodes?
I'm pretty sure it's the same pin, but it was
because the pin that I saw has like 3 Greek ladies on it.
It's really hard to see, but if you look closely, it looked like.
How many times did you guys watch this? How are you catching all this shit?
It's just you kind of watch.
I've seen it twice.
I watched it once and kinda. And
why do you think Polaris is gonna come out in this show?
No, I'm not. I don't think. I'm wondering if they.
I don't.
She
If
played a
anything,
big
she would
part in the
come
Vision
out
comic?
in
Yeah.
multiverse. I think.
No, not in the Vision comic. She played a big part in just fucking the Magneto family. She was the sister. She was the second sister.
Hmm.
Just throwing ideas out there. I don't know. I don't fucking really care, honestly. I didn't like the show at all.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Well,
I mean,
there.
look, it definitely it does have a bit of an element of mystery to it that I'm enjoying. I'm kind of liking this, like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's not gonna happen? Who's this? Who's that? And I'm gonna stick by my theory that I think these are actual real people that she's with, and that she's warping the reality around them, and they're playing parts.
Yeah.
I think Agnes, I think, might also have a hand in it because her character has been like very like free spirited, very free willed as well.
But almost
Uh,
aware, a little
yeah,
more aware of what's going on.
yeah. But I know that
You're
with
not aware from that character? I didn't get it at all.
Because she says things in the first and second episode to her that reference like what happened outside of that little bubble.
Yeah.
So
there's a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
there's a lot of chatter and like on the internet about like somehow Mephisto being involved. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. I like I like Mephisto in the Marvel Comics universe. But for me, whenever I think of Mephisto, I always think of him much more with like the stories of like Ghost Rider and and stuff like that. Agnes is Agatha Harkness. Yeah, that's another big thing that's going around a lot. Um, obviously Agatha Harkness, somewhat foster mom to Wanda in the comics. Um, I don't think that in the cinematic universe that she played a role like that. We get Mars says the magic box looks like Mephisto's cape. Really, because what I got from that was the Mind Stone.
I got the Mind Stone from that
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, so definitely. I mean, I'm episode 3 comes out on Friday. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
See, my only problem with your theory that these are real people is that why would they constantly be asking her who's doing this to you?
Well, I
Oh,
think
no,
that's someone on the outside.
Outside, yeah.
That's fine, but if it's real people,
Because maybe they don't know that she's the one warping reality inside.
Right. So I think the people
Inside what?
Huh?
Well, that's the thing. I think she's at a sword facility. Mars says, "Look what's around the stone." I'll have to take a look at that image again.
I don't know if she's in a sword facility or just in a neighborhood.
No, I think she's at a sword facility. I think that's why we get like.
I think this is all in her head. I straight up think she's having like I don't know. I think she's not a coma, but maybe she's like just not here anymore. You know what I mean? Like she's alive, but her brain's somewhere completely else, and she's creating shit. And they have her like in a facility like to keep her from destroying everything.
See,
And they're trying to like manipulate her thoughts into getting into like.
You see, I think she was in the facility, maybe doing whatever because it's Sword, and she's probably working with them. And something happened that set her off, and I think all the people that were in the facility with her are the people in the town.
Maybe.
Yeah. So like she's.
But still, why would people be like, "Who's doing this to you?" I don't understand.
Because it might be like from outside the facility, and there's something going on, and they don't know what's going on, other than like Wanda's powers or they can see that maybe Wanda's using her powers.
But then, how could they see the sitcom on the television?
Again,
like they're watching her views, like what she's
lot of questions.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's. I think it's all in her head. Like I think they're monitoring her and seeing what's happening, and they're seeing the sitcom unfold. But who knows?
Well, I think they have 8 episodes or something like that to tell us the story, and they don't want to give it all away in the first 2. And that's and I'll be honest, I enjoy the fact that like we keep asking each other, we're theorizing, like this feels good. And if they would have just dropped everything all at once, we wouldn't be asking ourselves these things.
And there's
No, but
one
we-
thing that's guaranteed, and that's we're gonna get an MCU level event at the end of this series because Kevin Feige confirmed
Well, I don't know if we're gonna get at the end of this series because
that. That's what he
this
said.
series ends, and then I think in March we get Captain America and the Winter Soldier,
Right, but
or
Kevin Feige,
Winter Soldier and Falcon, or whatever the
Kevin Feige, when he was talking about
Feige,
it to
Kevin Feige.
to the investors, he was saying this is going to have like an MCU level event at the end, and it's going to lead right into Multiverse of Madness.
But then we're also getting Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then Loki right after that. So like between now and the summer, we're getting the 3 series back to back. So
How do you guys feel about this waiting for episodes thing?
I'm fine with it.
Man, I hate it.
I grew up on old school TV, bro. I grew
honestly,
But
this
we
this is
evolved,
how you grew up on that shit, but we've evolved past it. This is what me waiting for this shit is how I'm gonna just stop watching the show. If I don't like the next one, I'm just not gonna watch it anymore.
All right.
Like
Well,
I'm not invested in this shit anymore. I don't like
that's certainly your choice to do that. I'm gonna keep
it.
on watching.
But
because I am invested.
if they were all connected, like if I could just watch, I can binge the whole fucking thing. I'll fucking knock it out in
There
like
you go.
1 week.
Mario admits it. He's spoiled, so he doesn't like it. But here's the thing, and like I look at Stranger Things 3 as an example. I don't remember what happened in Stranger Things series season 3 because I watched it all in one day and poof, it was gone. Mandalorian,
Or maybe hold
Mandalorian
on.
made me wait week to week, and
Hold
I
on.
fingered it.
Do you remember what happens in Stranger Things season 1?
They meet 11. They fight the Demogorgon.
My point is because season 2 and season 3 were not as good, so who
Yeah.
cares? But season 1 was great, and that's why you remember all the fucking key points.
But again, it's just one of these things where it's like Cobra Kai. I watched Cobra Kai all in one day, and I can remember the major plot points of the story, but I don't remember like the things that happened in like.
It's not that good. The shit that's really good, you're gonna remember.
Yeah. Whereas I can still tell you about like things that happened in Lost or things that happened in Smallville because I watched those shows week to week. I got to spend like an entire week thinking about what happened on the episode.
You know what dropped too that we didn't talk about was The Expanse. I don't know if any of you guys watched.
I don't watch The Expanse.
It's
I've heard good things. I don't watch it. I don't know where to watch it.
Amazon Prime.
I don't have Amazon Prime.
You don't have Amazon Prime?
I don't have Amazon Prime.
How do you like order stuff?
I get the standard free delivery that takes like a week.
Oh wow.
Anything over $25 from Amazon ships for free. You just don't get it in 2 days.
I know it's crazy.
Oh my
You
god.
definitely don't like Bezos because I
Man,
fucking
so
love that man.
Evan likes slow shipping and episodes every week.
I don't consider
my
it slow
God.
shipping.
You know you're.
I ordered a couple of things
now.
today. They'll be here in 6 days. They're not things that I need immediately. If I needed it immediately, I would
to
go
each
and
his
get it.
own.
Here's
To
the
each
thing.
his own,
I've never had something where I've been like, I need this in 24 to 48 hours.
Eben
Because-
also likes rotary
Because
phones.
if I've ever
and
had that
beepers.
situation where I need something now, I need it now, and I got to go get it.
Or you could just get it on Prime and get it tomorrow. It's all good. To each his own, man.
I haven't had a need for it.
Oh, I buy everything on Prime, especially because I buy shit just because it's going to be here tomorrow. Whatever, fuck it. Fucking order anything. I love it. I fucking love
Like
it.
right now, I ordered some batteries that I'm not going to need until next Christmas. But I was like, let me go ahead and order them now before I forget. I ordered a pair of sunglasses because they were cheap and I like the price. And I ordered a case for my tablet, which I also don't need immediately because my tablet currently has a case on it. So I can wait till next week to get those things. I don't need them right now.
Oh, yeah. That's not modern, though. Everything's like that.
Yeah.
these days.
No
Well,
more
that's
cassette
fine.
tapes. No more.
But
We're
I
out.
mean, you know, in a world where I'm trying not to spend money on every single thing, like I don't want to spend $100 and something a year for Amazon Prime if I don't need to.
That makes sense.
You know,
Yeah, if you could
I mean,
wait for I do my grocery shopping sometimes on there. Not the perishables, but like soap and stuff and tea. You know, I don't know.
and if they're not perishable, you don't need them in 2 days. I don't mind waiting 7 days if I need it. First of all, if I need shampoo, like because I ran out of shampoo, I got a Publix right across the street.
What about like a USB cable or just little things that break?
If I need it, like if it's an emergency and like I need it, there's a Best Buy right down the road.
Oh, they jack up the prices, dude.
Yeah, but if it's an emergency,
How much is Amazon Prime per month if you were to? It's like $10, not even.
$10 a month.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I
but
think
still,
you get a small discount if you pay, the 1 year thing. But yeah, let's just say $10.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a preference thing because you spend. I don't know how much you spend on Disney Plus.
So I got
$7.
Well, so here's the thing: it's $7 a month if you do it monthly.
Right.
It's $70 for the year if you pay for the whole year.
Okay.
When it launched, because I have a Disney Visa card, I got an email that let me do 3 years for like $150.
Okay.
So I just went ahead and signed up for 3 years.
Verizon had it for
Okay. So
free for
after
a
these
year.
3 years, you're not signing up again.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. That's.
Well,
I don't
like,
know.
well,
If the logic I'm going at is that, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you should buy that thing, but it's preference. It's you don't really care about the shows or whatever from Amazon, but you prefer Netflix and
I can tell you this: year one of Disney Plus would not have made me re-sign if I'd only done a 1 year. However, year two, Mandalorian season 2, WandaVision, if Falcon and the Winter Soldier is good, if Loki's good, if the other Star Wars shows that are going to be coming out, if they're putting out consistently good programming, I will continue with Disney Plus, especially for $7 a month. If
that's my point is that you like it, you like that, so that's why $8 a month is like, no, that's crazy. Even though you also get 2 day shipping for all the stuff.
Now the guy that's on the bubble right now is Netflix. I've been a subscriber to Netflix for years, and their original programming, they haven't been releasing as much stuff that I like recently. So Netflix and Netflix is, I think, just raised the price to like $15 a month.
Yeah.
So that Netflix might be the first streaming service to go for me.
And Amazon Prime has a lot of good shows. I'm with you with Netflix. With Disney Plus, they had a free year for Verizon customers, and I'm with you on that too.
You guys don't like comedy, do you? Because
like stand-up comedy?
Yeah, Netflix is killing it with their comedy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like, how often do you get a special released for like a comic that you really want to watch?
I mean, not. I don't know of these comics. I just watch a comedy special, and then I become a fan of that comic. Like the last one I saw was Turn Your Phone. What's that guy's name?
Andrew Schultz.
Oh, Andrew Schultz. I've never seen his comedy before, so
that's not even a stand-up. That was just like his
yeah.
That was based off of his Turn Your Phone.
Exactly, and I fucking loved it. So then, so I mean, it all depends on what you like. I like Netflix just because they have shit like that. You know what I mean? And once in a while, they have a good movie. But the craziest thing is the thing I use the most.
But the thing is, and then also they're losing licenses to the other companies that are starting streaming services. Like they lost Friends. They lost a bunch of the NBC stuff.
Yep.
They just lost The West Wing, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. That jumped over to HBO Max as well.
Yeah, but
because HBO Max is partnered with Warner Brothers since they're owned by AT&T. The Office went over to Peacock. Peacock. I haven't signed up for that. I don't think I'm gonna.
It's free. Why would you do it? It's free.
Well, there's the free version that I think is limited.
Yeah. No. It's limited to. You can watch SNL and you can watch a bunch of shit on it. You should just have ads.
Yeah.
It's free.
Which, if it's free, yeah, okay, there's ads.
I watched Blues Brothers the other day on that shit. It's a great streaming service.
I know now Discovery just launched its own Discovery.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna do that. But like, as much as they're taking shit away, Netflix is also pumping out a bunch of fucking good shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that was recently in the news.
It depends if you like this shit.
That was in the news recently that 52 movies in 52 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mario says they're going to be expanding their horror section and that he loves the horror stuff. There's a horror streaming service. I don't remember the name of it, but I know there's a streaming service that's nothing but horror movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's a streaming service for everything. Who gives a shit? But it all depends. It depends on your taste, man. Obviously, if you don't like the stuff that they're providing, then yeah, fucking jump ship.
HBO Max though, it needs to make a couple of changes. Like I have HBO Max because I'm an HBO subscriber. In the house, I'm an HBO subscriber, so I have HBO Max as part of like my cable package. But HBO Max needs to their streaming service. They need to add an autoplay function, so that like when you're watching a series, it jumps directly to the next episode.
But you don't like that.
I feel like it did that with Chernobyl. I want to say
it. I can tell you, I watched the entire series of The Sopranos on recently, and I had to go episode by episode.
Yeah,
on what platform did you watch it on?
On HBO Max. I watched it on my Xbox.
Maybe it's the Xbox because I did it on Apple TV and the iPad, and it was fine.
Yeah. Well, I know that the episode would end, and then when it would go to the menu screen, it would be loaded onto the next episode, but I still had to click play and go to the next episode.
Yeah.
The other thing that they need to add is they need to go just like Netflix and add a skip intro button.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the HBO does have some long.
You give me mixed signals, bro. Didn't you just say you like waiting a week to watch? Wait a week.
Yeah, but on new stuff.
Oh no! Falls in line with everything, bro. Just wait a whole week to watch another episode, because then you're never gonna remember it.
This isn't like the next episode was not available.
But
look,
Evan,
even Disney Plus has automatically to the next.
Bro, but if you watch all of the episodes back to back, how are you gonna remember the show, bro?
You gotta lick your stamp, send the envelope, have them send you the DVD. You gotta do it, man.
Yeah, how are you gonna? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, Sopranos is good enough. It's a good show. You gotta wait a week each episode. Man.
I just like how he called one of the greatest shows ever. It's good enough. It's a good show.
It's good enough. I don't like it, but it's good enough. It's good enough. And then when is it? It's June when the fucking season's over. You gotta wait another 6 months, and then you can start watching again, bro. I got you, bro. I'll write up a script for you. Don't worry.
We're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen for you, man. But yeah, man. I like watching my shit back to back. I like reading my comics back to back. I don't like waiting. That's why I wait for trades, man. I don't fucking buy an issue every month. That's just crazy. I'll just wait till it's over and then I'll watch the whole fucking thing.
Okay, but even when you read a trade,
yeah,
you read that story and then you got to wait for the next story.
No. I wait for that shit to be done and then I buy all the trades. I don't fucking buy issue per issue. That's fucking ludicrous. That's crazy. I'll even forget what's happening in this series by that point. You know what I mean? I don't like doing that shit.
All right, I got you.
That's why when I would watch TV, I would always buy the DVD. I watched all of what's that bro dude show on HBO?
Entourage.
I watched all of that bro dude show back to back because I bought all the DVDs and that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because if I had to wait for that shit,
I like how he says that was fantastic.
Yeah,
but Sopranos was good enough.
I didn't like Sopranos, man. Sopranos felt like a fucking Scorsese film, but it wasn't fucking exciting enough. That's what it felt like.
I love Sopranos.
And I wanted a Scorsese.
The Wire's
film.
awesome too.
You know,
I had a Wire rewatch.
So The Wire season 2 was whatever. Everything else is good.
Yeah. But I got to go back. I haven't rewatched that in a while. And when I watched Sopranos, I introduced my mom to it. Cause and she was immediately she loved the show. It reminded her of growing up in New York, and visiting her family in New Jersey. She was like, I knew these people. I knew people who were exactly like this. and which brings up an entire can of worms that it was like, wait a minute.
Is that on Netflix? The only time I saw Sopranos was when I was in high school.
It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, it's an HBO show, so you
Right, it makes sense.
You may have like the first season or so on Amazon Prime, maybe, because sometimes they do that with HBO stuff.
Yeah, Prime is dope. Sometimes they'll have like they had Spawn on there for the longest time, like all the seasons of Spawn, the
animated
cartoon.
series.
Yeah, the animated one, and now they just recently lost it. I think HBO has it now. It was an HBO show, right?
It was an yeah, the animated series was on HBO.
Yeah, so they probably have it now. But
Evan, have you not watched like Undone or The Boys or anything like that?
We don't talk about that here in this podcast.
Oh, The Boys.
We've obviously discussed The Boys.
Yeah, no, we've seen it. We've seen.
I've had hookups that have helped me to see it.
Yeah,
there's some good stuff on Amazon, man.
The Tick is really good too.
I haven't seen the new one.
The new one's pretty good. It's better than the old live action one, but whatever.
Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of The Tick animated.
Yeah, The Boys is phenomenal. You're right, Mario. That shit is really good.
Yeah.
And Netflix has Umbrella Academy. Umbrella Academy is fantastic, man. That's a really good show.
That's on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when season 3's coming.
Oh, they're working on it. It's going to be the Sparrow Academy.
What a nice
COVID
little,
having put everything on hold.
Yeah.
Spawn is on HBO Max, 3 seasons.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Wow. Somehow I remember there being like more episodes, but it looks like there were only 6 episodes a season.
I don't remember. I remember it being super gritty, like really fucking, really gritty.
Well, yeah, and it was like gory and stuff like that.
It was like kid rapists, and he kills kid rapists and shit. It was like not a fucking show for kids.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking brutal.
What's up, Gianni?
That's what you get, man. It's like what? What is Spawn most like? It's like fucking Ghost Rider and
Punisher.
And I guess Punisher and Ghost Rider is just the fucking evilest shit.
Yeah.
Dark as fuck. Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Rider and Punisher mixed into one character. Yeah, that's pretty it.
I would say that's a pretty adept description.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Anyways, guys, we've been at this for almost an hour and a half now.
Yeah, we have.
So I think it's time we're going to wrap this up. If you are a listener to the show, if you've been listening to us for a while, you'll remember a while back we had on Kayla Rosado. She was talking about an audio drama that she had recorded called Adventures of the Zolan Dart. It's going to be, I believe, on the podcast feed of the Dorky Diva Show. Their first episode of that audio drama is going to drop this Friday, the 22nd. And they are going to be our guests next week. We will be having them on the show to talk about the story and the audio drama. So if you guys get a chance, check that out, and then join us next week as we talk to. I believe Kayla's coming on, and I believe the creator, / director,
Tyler.
That's some sort of rap reference that I don't get, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So definitely, guys, check that out as they are going to be guests, and then obviously, Raul Friday we'll watch episode 3. I'm thinking a little repeat of last week's action. We'll do a little group watch on there. We can talk about it, and we'll discuss it on the show. As always, catch us on all the platforms that We Ain't Found Sith. And see you later, Sith heads.